Do you know a person who is very energetic and inspirational? Think of this person's qualities and how he can motivate everyone around him. Imagine working for a leader who has good qualities and can spread happiness and productivity all around the company. Now ask yourself, are you this kind of a person? If the answer is no, this book will help you build a better character. In this book, you will learn about the laws of motivation and how you can use them to motivate yourself and everyone around you. Whether you are an employee, a manager, or a parent, you need to learn how to motivate the people you care about. The laws of motivation. Motivation has principles. In this chapter, you will learn about the laws of motivation and how you can use them to your advantage. To inspire motivation in others, first, you need to be motivated. A leader cannot motivate his team to do better if he is lazy and not committed to his company. Second, to be motivated, you need to have a clear goal. Imagine a team playing without a league or competition. Do you think the players will be motivated enough to win the game? Third, motivation should be nurtured daily. Some companies hold yearly meetings where they praise the best performing employees. This is not a wise decision. For motivation to be alive in the workplace, praise must be continuous. If you motivate your employees only once a year, they will only be productive during that time. Fourth, recognition is the fuel of motivation. To recognize someone's good performance, you can write them a thank you letter, give them a bonus check, promote them, or just invite them to dinner. When giving recognition, it is important not to forget anyone. A chairman once was at a conference. He was trying to praise the best performers by giving them champagne bottles. His team calculated the number of sales and wrote a list of the most productive salespeople in the company. The chairman was happy. He proudly gave the bottles of champagne to one good employee after the other. When the chairman was done, he asked if he had forgotten anyone. An employee stood up and raised his hand. After looking into the files, they recognized the person's name, and it was fortunate that there were more champagne bottles. Both the chairman and the employee were embarrassed by this event. If this didn't happen, the conference would have successfully motivated all the employees. But by forgetting one employee's hard work, the chairman looked like he didn't care enough about his company or his employees. Another law of motivation is setting challenges that you can win. When you see yourself moving forward, you will be motivated to do better. However, if you see yourself not achieving any results, you will be depressed and not motivated to do any more work. Recognize the demotivators. How do you differentiate between a motivated person and an unmotivated one? There are external and internal signs of motivation. External signs can be seen in the appearance of a person. For example, when someone is not motivated, he will not care about his hair, clothes, or tidiness. He will also gain weight or lose it. You can also spot a motivated person from the way he speaks. The internal signs of demotivation have different forms. First, a person can have low self-confidence. Lack of confidence can be caused by criticism, childhood trauma, or past events. Second, being worried all the time can also cause a lack of motivation. When employees are worried about making mistakes, they will be demotivated to do better at their jobs. Lack of motivation can also be caused by feeling hopeless. For example, if an employee is certain that the promotion will be awarded to person X, he will not be motivated anymore to get the promotion. Some companies prefer to promote the employees who have been working for years. So, new employees have no chance to compete with them. Your job as a leader and a manager is to be aware of demotivation clues and know how to deal with them. If you see any of the signs covered in this chapter, you should treat them with empathy. Empathy means that you should understand why your employees are showing signs of demotivation. You shouldn't agree with everything they say because you should be strong as a leader. However, if your employees make mistakes, don't treat them as failures. Instead, try to tell them that it's okay to commit a mistake and learn from it. You should always be attentive to demotivation signs. Do not ignore them because if you do, you will end up with a team that is unproductive and lazy all the time. How to motivate yourself by setting goals. Did you know that only a few people know what they really want in life? People usually talk about fake dreams, such as being rich, happy, or successful. However, only a few people think about how they can achieve these dreams. Research shows that the human mind is a powerful tool for achieving goals. If you want something bad enough and believe that you can get it, your mind will make sure it happens. To set clear goals first, you need to make a list of your desires. These goals should cover all the areas of your life. They can be long-term or short-term. They must be realistic. List only the things that you really want, not the ones that you think you should or must have. This list should include big, small, and realistic goals. Now, try to define each goal. Write down the specifics. Then, try to imagine yourself achieving this goal. Allow your subconscious mind to feel it and believe it. The final step of setting practical goals is giving them a deadline. It is the exact date when you want your goal to be achieved. No goal can work without a plan. On a new sheet of paper, write your goal at the top and its deadline. Then brainstorm all the steps you must take to achieve this goal. For example, you want to lose some weight. You decided that you should lose X number of pounds in the next 3 months. So on the piece of paper, you write your goal at the top, to lose X number of pounds. Then on the right, you write down the deadline. Now divide the page into 2 parts. On the left side is where you write your action plan. On the right side, each step should have a deadline of its own. For example, the first step is to visit a doctor to lose weight. Then, after getting your health checked, you decide on a suitable diet to follow. You do some groceries and prepare your exercise plan. You may even need to buy new exercise clothes and shoes. Then, you should write specifically how much you want to lose every week. Each week should have a specific number of how many pounds you want to lose and when you wish to lose them. After finishing your specific plan of action, start by following the steps one at a time. This may take some time and effort, but it is worth it. If you are not specific with your goals, you can never achieve them. Motivating the team. The word team can be defined as an organized group effort. When we talk about sales, some companies prefer to praise individual efforts. However, other companies try to create a sales team that is more powerful. They work together to achieve specific results. Once they do, they are rewarded collectively. The best way to learn about team effort is by looking at sports. Sports teams are competitive, always motivated, and always looking for success. It is the discipline that sets the most successful teams apart from the rest. Here are some principles that we should learn from sports teams. For team effort to be effective, every member should be capable of doing his job. They should also be fit to achieve it. Training beats talent. However, if the person is not interested in a certain job, even if you train him hard, he will still be demotivated to do it. After the author left college, he began to work on a farm. During that year, a group of farmers got together and started a rugby club. This rugby club faced a lot of challenges. They had no pitcher, no money, and no training. Eventually, the money problem was solved. Then, the other difficulties started to disappear one after the other. Richard remembers that only 2 people in the team were the motivational force they needed. These 2 brothers believed that they could achieve great results even though the farmers had 0 training. They were trying to prove that they could do it and get recognized for their success. The first year was difficult because the farmers lacked talent and skill. Although the talent was absent, the motivation was strong, and the excitement was unbelievable. They trained hard once a week, and they celebrated together. In the first season, this team won 15 games without any losses. Why do you think the team was winning even though they lacked skill? The answer is simple. The brothers who devoted their time and effort to train were highly motivated and inspired. If you are a manager trying to create motivation in your team, you should consider following one of the secrets you have learned in this chapter. You should also know that taking a break with your whole team can make a huge difference. For example, you can take them on a trip or just eat out together. You should remember to keep boundaries between you and your team members if you do so. If you get too close to your team members and show them your weaknesses, they may start disrespecting you. As a leader, be kind, influential, and motivational, but stay firm. Incentive motivation. Motivation at work is a tricky subject. An employee may be motivated to work hard to get a promotion. The boss may have to build a good relationship with this employee to keep pushing him to do better. Whether the employee likes his job or whether the boss likes this employee, it doesn't matter. However, if both are not happy, success is a game of chance. To make motivation a powerful tool in your company, you need to build a successful incentive program. This program should be inspirational and motivational. When your team members are motivated, they will also work harder and turn in more profits. They will also be more loyal to you and the company's vision. Your goal is to develop team members who do exceptional jobs. People do better at their jobs when the job itself brings them happiness. They also get motivated when they receive recognition daily. Besides, money is another incentive that can increase your employees' motivation. Most people believe that money is the sole motivator in the workplace. However, if you give a bonus to an employee and he spends it on paying his electric bill, this will not be motivational. Money can only work if you pay your employee a great bonus. If this employee spends this money on a trip or buying a luxury item, he will be motivated. There are other ways to increase motivation in your company. First, use recognition. By saying a simple thank you to your employees, you can increase their motivation to work harder. Second, try to remember the names of all your employees. Hearing one's name is the best music to the ears. By calling an employee by their own name, you will show that you care about your company, your employees, and their well-being. When he was young, the author was working for himself. Although Richard was working in his own business, he was guided by a firm manager. This manager's name was Barry Wells. Barry was a genius. He created a recognition scheme that was called the Pin Award. This involved giving diamond lapel pins to the most successful salesperson in the company. The more sales a certain employee achieved, the bigger the pin. These diamond pins were very attractive. Not only did Barry give pins to the employees, but he also included their spouses. Although the spouses were not working in the company, they were considered part of the motivational force. After working for 3 months, Richard received the highest rewards. Although he was away from his family and living in a hotel room, he still provided the best results for the company. Why? It's because Barry Wells knew his job. When Richard called his wife, she told him how she received the biggest bouquet of flowers she had ever seen. This bouquet had a note. On this note, it was written, "Thank you for all your support," and it was signed by the manager, Barry Wells. Although this bouquet may not be that expensive, its effect on the author and his wife was incredible. If the wife's efforts are recognized, she can support her husband to do better at his job. Barry Wells knew how to motivate his team. Your job as a manager is to be as smart as he was. Motivation at home. A successful businessman who claims to be motivational at work but fails to show motivation at home is a liar. Motivation starts from home. If you are having problems at home, you will not have the energy to be productive at work. When asked about home problems, most businessmen will blame their partner. However, they forget that they have been consumed by their jobs and neglected their families. These businessmen start with a dream. They want to achieve greater success, have more money, or buy a better house. So they focus on their job and try to do their best. Over time, this focus takes all their mental and physical energy. They forget that they have a partner waiting for them at home. They may even forget their children. Admitting that they are the problem is not easy for most people. But once they stop blaming others and start looking at themselves, they will figure out that they have been workaholics. A workaholic may defend himself by saying that he needs to work hard to achieve great results. However, being a workaholic is a way to feed our own egos. It is selfish and unfair to the people around us. You should always remember that the purpose of having a job is to build a happy and better life. If you are not enjoying your life with your family, what is the point of work? Happiness can only be achieved by sharing our success with the people we love. For example, a successful businessman may file for a divorce. Reaching this point with his wife may be surprising to him. He believed that they were living a happy life. He was working very hard to provide for his family, and when his wife complained, he was shocked. Of course, when facing problems at home, this businessman will blame his wife. However, over time, he will realize that he was the problem. He will admit that he worked too hard during the evenings and the weekends. He may also admit that he was so focused on getting the promotion and the raise that he forgot about his family. This businessman wanted to give his family a bigger house, a better life, and a good education. However, his focus on his work has cost him his relationship with his family. The solution lies in finding balance. When you focus on your job, you should always remember why you are working so hard in the first place. It is for your family and the people you love. So try to create a balance between your work and home life. You can achieve this by spreading love and planning family events. For example, you can plan for a drive to the country, watch movies together, or go out for dinner. If you are a parent, you should always be there for your children when they experience big events in their lives. For example, if your child has a school play and you have a conference that day, you should make your child your priority. Remember that if you are not motivated at home, you can never be motivated at work. Conclusion. Motivation is defined as the emotional and physical forces that push people to be active. Without motivation, we lose pleasure in anything we do. This book explained the key elements of motivation. First, you have learned about the different laws of motivation. These laws include setting challenges, showing recognition, and setting clear goals. Second, you have learned that there are external and internal signs of motivation. By understanding these signs, you can help improve your team's performance and inspire positivity around you. Third, you have learned that setting clear goals can help you be motivated every day. Fourth, you have learned that to motivate a team, you need to learn from team sports. They are organized and always determined. Fifth, setting up a motivational program in the company is very important. You can set a reward system for every achievement and push the underperforming employees to work harder. Sixth, you have learned that to be motivated at work, you should first be motivated at home. By creating a balance between your family and career, you can be happy in both. Motivation is an essential power in life. It's the fuel of will. If you're not motivated, you cannot be happy doing any task. A happy and motivated employee is very different from a demotivated one. If you want to achieve amazing things, you need to create a motivational program and inspire people in your company. Be fair, be positive, and be a good example.